24. Welcome back, or welcome if you're just joining us. This is the France 24 debate. We're asking if Tunisia's democracy is in danger. A missing piece of the puzzle in this conversation is the ruling Ennahda party, the Islamist-led party. We were unable to reach an English language speaker from that group, but we have with us from Tunis, teacher and activist Lina BEN MHENNI, whose blog, A Tunisian Girl, is read the world over. Adnane Ben YOUCEF of the opposition Aljoumhouri party. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Yes, that's good.
What does it mean, Aljoumhouri?
Republican Party.
The Republican Party, center-left party. Also with us, Sylvie JACQUOT-BARRAULT, who is a legal scholar with the University of Paris-Sud and who looks at civil liberties inside of Tunisia. And Financial Times regional correspondent Borzou DARAGAHI is with us in Cairo. 3 weeks ago, it became headline news in France. An elected regional official of Tunisian origin vacationing in his native city of Bizerte when he and his family were attacked by Salafists.
My daughter was wearing shorts, 12 years old. That was apparently an affront. My wife was wearing a sleeveless T-shirt and short trousers, quite normal clothes. There was a cry in Arabic, Bled Islamia, which means Islamic country. There were a lot of people on the terrace. It was packed, and no one moved. And I was in the middle of all of these people.
Adnane Ben YOUCEF, you hail from that same city of Bizerte.
And I think that it's one of the most tolerant and open place in Tunisia, with people really very simple and very free. And I think it's not good, and it's not good because all those events are attacking such.
Why did it happen in your view?
I think that the Salafists are attacking all events, such artistic, such political events that bring political party, that brings civil society to people. And I think they want to stop this work, this grassroots work, this work for building democracy. And this is the threat. The threat is they're attacking the roots of democracy, which is relationship between people, discussion and debates. And I think that this must stop. And Ennahda did not be able to stop that because there is a clear support from inside Ennahda to these people, because there is a clear link and a clear proximity of ideologies from some wing of Ennahda and these people. This is one aspect, and I think also this is a way of saying that we are not accepting everything, and these people act on beyond of Ennahda in some times. So I think also there is a clear weakness of Ennahda expressed on that aspect. Ennahda is not a major party in Tunisia. They have reached only 37% of the electorate, and that means clearly that the whole majority of Tunisia is not with Ennahda, and maybe Ennahda is playing its last chance to be in the power in this transition, because the other people, the other political party are organizing themselves to be as able as Ennahda to form government. And I think that is a way of making the situation hard to be able to profit from the crisis, not to make it good, to be to come with the country to a good place.
Borzou DARAGAHI, you're in Cairo right now. Listening to this, is it a familiar story when you look at Egypt, when you look at Libya?
Yeah, indeed. The Salafists, for example, over the weekend in Libya, destroyed a number of sometimes archaeologically important Sufi shrines as part of I don't know what else to call it, a sectarian war against another branch of Islam. And in Egypt also, the Salafists have been a little bit less active on the streets lately, but that's only because they're seated in the Constituent Assembly here, putting pressure on other members of the Constitutional Assembly to include provisions, Islamic provisions, in the Constitution. But interestingly about Tunisia, one of the strong points, one of the selling points that Nahda had when it was elected was that we're the ones who can deal with the Salafists. We're the ones who know how to talk with them. And in speaking repeatedly with Nahda officials over the months, they've told me that we are going to try to convince the Salafists to play by the rules of the political game. They have not been able to do that. I think that's just a symptom of their weakness, as your previous guest was saying. But also, I think they see some tactical advantage in letting these people terrorize civil society so that they have a more unfair playing field to contend with in the coming political battle.
Sylvie, JACQUOT-BARRAULT, are Ennahda ahead of the game or behind it?
That's hard to say. Both, probably. There's, I think, a problem of public order in Tunisia. Public order is enforced violently against a number of people, such as artists, some writers, some demonstrators, and it's totally non-existent as far as Salafists go. They can do anything they like, burn down hotels. It seems to me they have some kind of protection from at least one wing of Nahda, because it's very comfortable in the end for Nahda. They say we are Turkish Islamists in a way, normal, gentle, modern. So they can point at the Salafists saying, you see, we are moderate in opposition with the Salafists. Nahda seems sometimes to be playing a strange game.
All right, so Adnane Ben MHENNI, you said how in Bizerte, peaceful town, number of people who are part of this Salafist fringe are small.
We're conservative, yeah. We're not against Nahda. Some of them were inside Nahda. One of the persons that have been.
So what percentage?
injured,
all right, what percentage of the people? I know this is a guesstimate, but what percentage of the people in Bizerte would have been in favor of beating up that French regional councillor and his family?
I don't think there is a little minority. We speak about some hundreds of people. We do not speak about thousands of people. Maybe in the whole country there is some thousands of people from the Salafists, but we speak in Bizerte something of some hundreds of people, and this is totally abnormal. But I think also that is the responsibility of us, of those people who organize things. They must protect themselves like we do in France, like we protect our events. That's absolutely normal, and I think that there is some way a weakness of opposition or some weakness of the civil society to deal with the Salafists, at least to protect their events.
All right, you say hundreds. Our correspondent in Tunis, David Thompson, found the families and supporters of some of the reported dozens of Tunisian jihadists who are now allegedly fighting in Syria.
Thanks to God, without these jihadists, the occupiers would be here today raping our women and attacking us. These prisoners are the elite of our country. We're proud of them.
Borzou, DARAGAHI, what will happen to those jihadist fighters when they come back from Syria?
I mean, I think that's a really good question. I think that if you look at how the Arab governments dealt with those types of people in the past, they either put them in prison right away or they kept them under very close scrutiny by the security forces. It's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out now that you have these so-called moderate Islamist governments in Tunisia, in Libya, and Egypt, how they will welcome back these people, how they will treat them, and whether they will come back with another agenda of destabilizing their home countries.
Do you think seriously that there be a destabilization of Tunisia by them?
Well, I mean, it depends. If they come back and they are, they continue to be driven by this cause of jihad, and they look around them and they see what they perceive as a decadent land, not living in accord with the Sharia, then yeah, it's very possible that they will decide that, as they did in Libya, as they did in Egypt, as the veterans of the Afghan jihad did throughout the Arab world, decide that they need to pursue their efforts in their own countries.
Lina BEN MHENNI, the images were shown around the world during the overthrow of Ben Ali, of women wearing jeans, no headscarf, who were there on Bourguiba Avenue, leading part of those protests. Do you feel as though there is this sort of weight today? Is it harder for a woman?
Well, actually, times are harder for women right now. When we see all the debate launched after the announcement of Article 28, talking about complementarity instead of total equality between men and women. Usually, women take part in revolutions. Women are in the forefront of revolutions. Well, but when it comes to taking decisions, when it comes to being engaged politically, women are excluded. They are the first victims, and now. I'm really worried about the situation of women in Tunisia. There is a pressure by the civil society, and fortunately there is this pressure. But the representatives of the Constituent Assembly and the government in place are trying to change laws. Guaranteeing the rights of women. They are trying to talk about polygamy, for example, about this complementarity thing, and I think that this is very dangerous. I don't know. Women can wear scarves. It's their right to wear scarves, but the government and the people from the Constituent Assembly don't have the right to limit our freedom or our rights. We are all equal. Men and women are equal, and it should be like this.
Borzou DARAGAHI, you penned an article that's on the Financial Times website this Tuesday where you suggest the suspension of aid for those countries that do tinker too much with these hardline radicals.
I mean, this was one of the things that the Western governments have said already in giving their blessing to these nascent democracies in North Africa. That good luck to you all. But you must, in order to maintain good relations with us, protect the rights of women, protect the rights of minorities, protect the rights of those who wish to live outside of the rules of organized religion. I've been to press conferences where Western officials have said these sorts of things to Libyan, Tunisian, and Egyptian officials. It's really time for those officials to examine what's happening in Tunisia, examine what's happening in Libya, and determine whether these governments, these supposed moderate Islamist governments, are in fact using the Salafists as sort of brown shirts. I'm sorry to use that term, but I don't know what else to call them, to pursue an extreme ideological agenda and to neutralize their political rivals.
In a front-page article this Tuesday, the International Tribune, that's the stick, what you were just mentioning, Borzou DARAGAHI. Let's talk about the carrot. The International Tribune reports that Washington's about to forgive $1 billion in debt to Egypt and press Cairo's case for a major loan from the IMF. The assistance underscores the importance of shoring up Egypt at a time of turmoil and change across the Middle East. Adnane Ben YOUCEF, what do you think is best for Tunisia?
Don't think that...
Is it more money right now, or is it the threat of cutting them off with aid? What should the West do?
I don't think the West have to do. I think that the question of aid is a question of common interest between countries and not a matter of human rights. And we saw it because we were starving and battling against the regime of Ben Ali, and the regime of Ben Ali have been sustained and have been clearly helped from these West countries. I think the question is, it's a question of common interest, and I fully disagree with the way with the idea of this article written by the journalist. Sorry, but I think that what really can help is common work, is developing common project, is pushing investors.
So don't isolate the Tunisian government.
No, that's absolutely a bad thing to isolate Tunisia. And if we isolate Tunisia, we will make it more simple for another or any other party who want to be a dictatorship. So I think Tunisia need to be open to discuss with all the countries and to have a good relationship with all the countries without any intervention from any country it is.
A final question, and it goes to you, Lina BEN MHENNI. Tunisia's top industry, one of its top, is tourism, and the numbers are actually quite good. They're up from strongly from last year. More than 1 million more people coming to Tunisia this summer. Would you encourage people still to come vacation in your country?
Yes, of course. I'm always trying to encourage people to come to Tunisia. Well, I think that the coastal areas, the tourist places are safe. I didn't really hear about assaults on tourists. Well, there is the case of the Tunisian PS representatives, but this is an isolated case. I see tourists walking safely on Tunisian streets, and Tunisia or Tunisian people did their revolution, and we need the support of foreign countries. We don't need foreign interference in our internal affairs, but they can help us by encouraging people to come and visit this Tunisia to help Tunisians who broke the fear barriers. And I think that is the thing to do for Tunisia. Come as tourists, visit Tunisia. Tunisians are known for their tolerance and for their hospitality.
Right,
so
the welcome mat is certainly out from both of you. I want to thank you, Lina BEN MHENNI. I want to thank you, Adnane Ben YOUCEF. Also want to thank Sylvie JACQUOT-BARRAULT for being with us here in the studio, and Borzou in Cairo. Thank you for being with us here in the France 24 debate.